Welcome, 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 or welcome back. I am Goddess Dawn. It is Thursday, February 21st, 2019. By the time you see this, it will probably be Friday, February 22nd, 2019. But thank you for checking me out. And I'm here today, though, to talk to you about Robert Sylvester Kelly. So I came across an article from the New Yorker. I think they are a pretty reputable news outlet, but they have reported that Illinois prosecutors are moving to indict Robert Kelly on charges related to newly presented sex tape depicting him in sex acts with an underage girl. A second grand jury had also convened in New York. There have been witnesses called, people who are subpoenaed, including Robert Kelly's former accountant turned manager, someone who had been with him from the 1990s through to 2013. There's also, according to documents, another investigation by Department of Homeland Security, and they investigate sex trafficking. Keep that in mind. They formed a squad with roughly a dozen members devoted to compiling evidence about a range of crimes by Kelly. The squad's leadership is said to convene a third grand jury in East District of New York soon. In addition to all of that, officials in Fulton County, Georgia, have reactivated a stalled investigation that was originally sparred by two sets of parents who went to local law enforcement officials because they believed that their daughters were being held by Kelly. One of them began a relationship with Kelly in 2015 when she was only 17 years old. I'm going to insert here that this is allegedly Azriel Clary. The other was 19 years old, and she met R.Kelly in Florida at a concert, at one of his concerts. And allegedly, this is Joycelyn Savage. So both of their parents have been working with investigators over the years since they haven't supposedly, I think Azriel hasn't seen her parents in 3 years, in more than 3 years at this point. Joycelyn, I believe, has seen her parents. I think that she has not needed as much of a reign as Azriel. It was reported on the docuseries that Azriel tried to escape, but one of or more of his runners were able to catch her and bring her back. So with that being said, she hasn't seen her parents in more than 3 years. They are reporting that neither of the girls have seen their parents in more than 3 years, but I believe that I had seen footage on YouTube of Joycelyn arguing with her family about the hold that he has on her and the fact that he caught her with another guy and he was punishing her and all this stuff. I don't know, it was crazy. But this whole thing is crazy. Both of the girls are allegedly still with R. Kelly today. The Clarys have expressed frustration over non-action after the hours and hours spent with investigators. The Savages also provided documents to prove that R. Kelly did transport their daughters across state lines. Azriel, as I mentioned, was underage. So with all of these things being said, it looks to me like they're closing in on him. It looks like they're just really just packing this case tight, putting everything in order. They have all these separate arms of the law working diligently, devoting time, money, effort into getting R. Kelly. So, you know, it's just not looking good. And all of you who want to come here to tell me X, Y, and Z about why I should not be reporting this or whatever the case, don't be mad at the messenger, okay? Don't be mad at me for relaying the information. You want to read it yourself. I'm going to leave the link to the actual article in the description, and you know, you can read it for yourself. I haven't seen any other reports and didn't really look for any, to be honest with you. I saw this and kind of jumped on it because I'm up, and it's at this point it's 11:30 p.m. and I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. So, and tomorrow is Friday, so TGIF to anybody watching this on Friday, whether it's Friday, February 22nd, 2019, or Friday, whenever. Happy Friday to you. Thank you for stopping, as always. Oh, I'm going to pull a couple cards. I'm going to come back with the cards. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I pulled a couple of cards. I'm using a new deck. It's actually a crystal tarot. It tells you which chakra, which crystal goes with the situation. But with this, we're just going to go with the meanings. The first card is the Two of Pentacles. This card represents emotional and physical blockage, feeling overwhelmed, fear of moving forward for fear of dropping the ball. I think that speaks a lot. The second card is the Nine of Swords. This card represents despair and regret. It also represents a stressful time, self-pity, sleepless nights. This has come up before in previous readings regarding R.Kelly. And so the next card is the King of Cups. And this card represents swirling energy around him, a title of change, surprises that are coming his way, the need to be watchful in his next steps. The use of diplomatic skills and wisdom is going to be necessary. Good luck with that. The next card that was pulled is the Two of Cups. This card represents important relationship or physical affection and desire, lover, or in this case, lovers. So this to me just represents the relationships that are connected to him at this time and with this situation. The card that follows is the Death card. This card represents big changes. Could also represent death of relationship or relationships, or also a literal death. In a previous reading, I did get the message about a possible death, maybe a suicide. But this card does represent death, whether by a relationship or of a person. It is paired with the Lover card, so it could very well represent the death of someone in the cult, or again, it could be the death of the cult itself, and I'm just hoping that that is the case. The final card that was pulled is the Ace of Swords. This card represents a new way of seeing the world, possibly having a number of possibilities that require thoughtful action, and seeing the real world, cutting through the disillusion. So this sounds like this is a wake-up call card. Someone, you know, the fog has lifted. You're now seeing things for what they are. So this sounds to me like, you know, there's definitely going to be an awakening happening for this person who has seemingly been moving through all of this drama for these past few years, specifically in a fog, in his own world, just doing his own thing and not caring. These parents, again, haven't seen their daughter in more than 3 years, since she's 17 years old. You know how heartbreaking that is for a parent who actually cares. I'll say that. I know there's some shitty, excuse my language, parents in the world who really don't care about their kids and feel they're a burden or whatever the case, but any parent worth their salt, any loving parent is going to be devastated by this loss of communication. This can drive someone literally mad. So prayers up to all the people involved who are suffering, and hoping that everything works out where everyone comes out safe and sound. Definitely don't want any harm brought upon anyone. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for coming. As always, while you're here, please be sure to subscribe, comment, like, positive vibes only. Till next time, peace.